End the filibuster, end the nation. I admit it. I saw President Trump make a statement about what he would do with no filibuster, and yeah, it's a shopping list I want. It would be a tremendous thing to watch our nation right-sized, and President Trump made a great argument for this, of the things that he would do. Now, number one, do you actually think that Senate Republicans would go along with all this? And I'll play this in just a second. I don't think Johnny Thune would want much of this. I don't think that the shiny-shoed Republicans would go along with this. I don't think that President Trump, even if he got the filibuster waived, would get all this. But let's say he did. I mean, this would be a shopping list that I think anybody should want. I know that constitutional conservatives would want it, or in my case, a Christian constitutional conservative populist. Populist because I don't think we're going to get constitutional conservatism back through politicians. Christian first because God first, and because the only thing I want to conserve is a godly nation. And our Constitution is a godly document. It's not like the Bible. It's not God written through people. It's inspired. And I know that because it recognizes that we have rights that come from God and cannot be taken by government because God gave them to us first, such as the ability to speak freely. God is pro-free speech and pro-accountability, or life itself and liberty, which is freedom within constraints. And the pursuit of happiness. We can do that, pursue happiness. Best to do that as God prescribes. Or you could do what Adam and Eve did and said, I prefer our way. And we know how that worked out. So the shopping list Trump presents is very, very compelling and something that I could sit and cheer, hands up, mega.
Here's some of the things that we'd pass if we terminated the filibuster. Voter ID, no mail-in voting, no cash bail, no men and women's sports, no welfare for illegals. You could go on and on. This is 2 pages of things we'd do if you did that. Without it, I don't know that you pass anything because you can't deal with them. They're really irrational. They really are. But I was happy to see that a tremendous liability to this country, a woman that made herself rich in this country, Nancy Pelosi, has quit, and she'll be out of here pretty soon. And I consider that to be a great asset for America.
Well, yeah, and then, of course, Nancy Pelosi's replacement is far, far worse than Pelosi's ever thought of being. It's a great shopping list, and it's just the beginning of it. So how on earth could a Christian constitutional populist be against this, against ending the filibuster? Because if we end it, we end the nation. And I'll explain what I mean in just a quick second. Politics is war by peaceful means, right? It's war by another means. And I have friends of mine who've been to war multiple times. My friend Tim Cruikshank was a Navy SEAL. He was a medic attached to the SEAL teams on 3 separate deployments. He's seen the face of people who truly, truly hate everything about our society, hate us, hate God, want to see us destroyed. And in those moments of fighting them, gun in hand, sometimes going out and doing field surgery on people, that's what he was, a medic, he germinated the idea of a coffee company that would honor the fallen. That's exactly what Bone Frog Coffee is. So when you buy Bone Frog Coffee, it's coming from the hearts of a man who knows exactly what it is to see a fallen SEAL because he didn't always succeed in saving their lives. So this mission is sacrosanct to Tim. Each bag says God, country, team on it because that's also sacrosanct. So he couldn't fill those bags with some junk coffee. So he went and got Dave Stewart, a coffee legend who started Seattle's Best Coffee, to say, teach me how to make coffee. Dave did. He even makes some of the roasts on Tim's behalf. Every time you purchase a bag of Bone Frog Coffee, you're giving 10% of proceeds to the families of fallen Navy SEALs. Go to bonefrogcoffee.com/Todd. Use promo code Todd to get 10% off your first purchase at bonefrogcoffee.com/Todd. You get 15% off subscription coffee when you use promo code Todd at checkout. If we end the filibuster, we end the nation. We become just like Britain. It's almost parliamentary. Because anytime a party gains control, they're going to go right back through and undo everything President Trump just laid out. There's a reason that the Senate moves slowly. It's because wholesale changes to our country should be slow. And it's super frustrating. And I can hear the arguments in my mind. We have one chance to save this nation. Trump is the only chance. He's the only president willing to demand voter ID. He's clearly the only president willing to enforce immigration laws. That's a fact. I agree with you. With the exception of J.D. Vance, maybe Marco Rubio, maybe, I don't think any other president is willing to take the criticism and hatred that Trump has taken to enforce border policy, which has to be done quickly because of all the years the Democrats spent making sure that we have open borders so they can destroy our electoral college. So when President Trump makes the case of all these shopping items, just imagine what the Democrats will do. And then imagine the confusion in the country. There will be no solidity. There'll be no ability to predict what the law will be like tomorrow. There'll be no way businesses can plan. There'll be no way you can plan for retirement. There'll be no way you can plan on living in a state that's solid. So I understand the temptation. I'd far more rely on this, that God has put us in this position. He's allowed us to be in this position. He knows what's coming. It's right there in the Bible. We're going to face times like these. Let's vote. Let's be good citizens, but let's not expect magic from Washington, D.C., or even, frankly, being saved by Washington, D.C., a bunch of people who can't even save themselves. Only Jesus truly saves. We should count on every word that proceeds from the mouth of God.